Mike Vanderpool with Vision Studios and ValleyApps. We're a Google authorized representative here in the Shenandoah Valley and beyond. We've been in business now for 4 years in Harrisonburg with the Vision Studios side, and then just recently got selected for the ValleyApps side of things with Google Apps about a month ago.
So what's this Google Fiber initiative? What is that, if you could give a little background to that? What
Google is trying to do is look for communities and select communities that are going to allow them to come in and lay a fiber optic network for them. It's a high-speed network that will allow us to do a lot of complicated things. It's about 10 times faster than the most recent development from Verizon, which is Fios, and it will give us the ability to have a really, really high-speed network that allows us to do a lot of complicated things that talk to each other, such as power monitoring, as well as some of the health benefits within the hospital. That gives it a system where they can actually log in and not have the bottleneck of traditional copper means of transmission.
So what would need to happen in order for that to come to Harrisonburg?
One of the things we're having folks do is go to Google, and there's a link provided, and I'm sure you'll provide it on your blog, where they can go and nominate the city, as well as putting together an RFI that Google has actually requested of the city, and that will have information about a little bit about our infrastructure and how the community works and what the bureaucracy is, so that they can come in and lay fiber directly to the homes. So in terms of getting it here, we just need to reach out to Google and have a competitive RFI compared to the other communities they're looking at.
What makes Harrisonburg competitive?
I think the advantages we have is that we do have a lot of fiber that's already laid. There's a great fiber network that comes across 66, down 81, back over towards Charlottesville, and then towards 29 back to DC. So that gives us a great fiber backbone. That gives us an advantage, as well as one of the major advantages is that we own, Harrisonburg owns its own electric company, which is going to be really advantageous when we start talking about Google power metering and things of that nature. As well as I think it can't hurt that we have a fairly young population with the school. We've got a really progressive mayor that does a lot of things with technology, and we tend to have a very open community where I think folks are looking towards technology and are excited about bringing in new technology to the area, which hopefully will drive some business here as well.
So is business, that's the main benefit that you're looking for? What's the benefit for Harrisonburg?
Yeah, I think benefit for Harrisonburg is not only bringing in more businesses, but also, like we said, there is no bottleneck there. So the most advanced technology will not have the problem of going through a very small pipe. With fiber, it's light technology, so everything's happening at the speed of light. So there's a lot of complex processes that can happen there without having the traditional bottleneck that like cable has or some of the telephone lines. So it's going to increase our efficiency, as well as provide a lot of cool new gadgets that we can apply to Harrisonburg City that will allow us to do a lot of high-level processing over the network, as well as it's going to drive businesses to the Shenandoah Valley. Really, this can become like the tech valleys out in California, Silicon Valley, and the rest, because we have that fiber laid. And really, I think if we get this exposure, it'll help bring some of the bigger businesses, or at least put us on the map, so the bigger businesses, right outside of DC or that are looking to move to the East Coast, consider this area because of the cost of living so low. But having that said, a lot of times with areas that have lower costs, don't have the infrastructure, and this will provide that infrastructure that will make it, as fast as the speed of light.
Do you know what the time frame is on this? Like, what is this, like a year or 2 years? How far out or is their decision?
They haven't really given an indication. I know the RFP is due in late March, but as far as how fast they move, I anticipate them probably making a decision third quarter possibly. So I don't think we're looking at actual movement until towards the end of the year. So it could be a lot faster. It just really depends on how long they're going to take to review the communities and really how many submissions they get.